I think you really need to add value to every interaction. I think that's served me really well. When you generally want to help someone, whether that's in your business or in your personal life, I think if you can help people, listen, help people, you're going to get that in big strides in return. And I think that's what really helped build Peak in the early days was I was helping architects, GCs, clients with anything and everything I could do to make the project run smoother. I didn't get paid anymore to do that. I just tried to go above and beyond in every interaction and add value. And that really helped. I think if you put out a lot of goodwill comes back to you.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Big Hitters Podcast. I'm joined by Grant Bowen and my co-host Chase Megyeri, as always. And we are joined by Grant Bowen, who is the founder and CEO of Peak Projects. I'm really excited to dive into it with him today. Grant, tell us a little bit about how you got started. Tell us about the business and like where you wound up, how you wound up where you are today.
Yeah. So I worked in-house at a single family office for almost 8 years, managing one principal's residential real estate projects. I wanted to do that for many other people in different places across the country. So left amicably, started Peak Projects 11 years ago. We manage 10 to $200 million private estate homes for family offices and clients. And the goal is to have fun doing it.
That's awesome. So you're not managing, your typical single family homes. We're talking about large estates. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah, large, architecturally significant homes, either primary residences, vacation homes, secondary homes, etc.
How does one stumble into something like that? That seems really unique in terms of like a specialty.
Yes. Out of school, I worked for a large commercial contractor, but wasn't building anything sustainable, modern, or interesting. So leveraged the network, got put in touch with the family office, and it was there where I really fell in love with high-end residential design and managing projects from the owner's seat, and really got into it through the family office route into this niche market.
Okay, so there's family offices out there that have large estates as part of their portfolio. Now, I'm assuming these estates are the various properties that these families like to go to, or are they
Yep.
like really, really nice Airbnbs? Like, what are we talking about here?
Really, really nice properties that these clients use personally and have their friends and family use as well, but not for Airbnbs or rental income.
Okay, I don't even know what goes into that kind of thing. So, are you managing like the landscaping crews and the handyman and all of the different things, for these properties? Like, what all goes into it?
Yeah, we're usually getting involved fairly early and helping clients acquire the property. So we're helping them interview real estate agents, land use attorneys, etc., helping them do deep due diligence on the property so they can make an informed decision. And then after that, we're helping them interview architectural teams, design teams, construction teams, and really helping them build a well-oiled machine and then managing and leading that team through design, permitting, and construction. So that's kind of the process and how we get involved.
So if that's earlier than I would have thought, I would have thought you just kind of, approach the family offices and they're like, oh yeah, we have these estates, but you're starting from the jump, right? Helping them actually negotiate and potentially even build the property.
Yeah, exactly. Putting the team together, then overseeing construction from start to finish.
Just for the sake of the audience, you don't have to share your P&L or anything crazy like that, but just like a sense of maybe how many properties you manage or, overall sales or something like that to kind of give a sense of the scope of the company.
Yep, we're managing over 100 projects across North America. So we're working in about 15 states from Hawaii to Seattle, down the western coast, across the Mountain West, Texas, on to the East Coast, kind of New York and the Northeast, down to DC, Florida, and then some stuff around the Caribbean. And those 100 plus projects range from roughly $10 million in general contractor hard costs to $200 million.
Really cool. What are some of the, I'm trying to figure out how to ask this. Like, what are some of the unknowns? Like what are some of the things that you never really expected to have to be involved in that you kind of have to deal with every day? Is there anything
Yeah.
like that comes up that you're like, wow, I didn't really think I'd be doing this for wealthy families' estates, you know?
For sure. We're much more than just project managers and owners representatives. Sometimes we're often therapists and caught in the middle of interesting interpersonal family dynamics. So
Hmm.
managing that as well as managing the design and construction process.
How do people find you? Are you doing outreach to these family offices? Are you getting referred? How does that typically look?
Yeah, primarily through referrals from single and multi-family offices, the architecture, design, and construction community, and then a lot of attorneys, insurance folks, real estate agents, et cetera. And then clients are, of course, referring us as well.
Hmm. What's going really well with your business, and what do you feel like is something that's not going so well?
What's going well is the demand for this type of help, right? I think that I think people viewed real estate differently after COVID, right? They wanted to invest more in how they live because they can live and work in the same place. They can fluidly transition between properties, in and out of work, across state lines, country lines, et cetera. So after COVID, there was an increase in the appetite for private real estate investing. So
Hmm.
there are a ton of opportunities out there and a ton of families that need really good, sound, objective advice. There
Hmm.
are not enough people with which that can manage these projects at a high level. We need super educated, experienced, sophisticated people who have a high EQ, who can interface with all the different parts of the project, from laborers to designers to construction folk on up to very affluent individuals. And it's hard to find people that can do all that and do all that well.
Hmm. So it sounds like one of your biggest problems is actually finding the right type of person to help kind of manage these projects. It's not just typical project managers. As you said, potentially having to do some therapy, right? You have to really be high touch for these high net worth families and family offices, I would assume. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Plentiful projects, but not enough people to properly manage these projects.
All right. Let's talk about AI for a second. How do you feel
Yeah,
like it's shaping your space and how are you leveraging it?
yep. I'm a big fan of it. I'm interested in it. We've trained all of our people on how to use it effectively. We're using Google Gemini, but we have strict NDAs on a lot of these projects, on most of these projects, and so we can't input a lot of the data or project data into AI on some clients. Some clients allow us to, some clients don't. And what we do is very, very personal, very humanistic, right? So we can't remove big parts of our business or make our business much more efficient by implementing it. It can help. We're using it in small bits and pieces to help improve efficiencies, like taking meeting minutes, helping to do initial reviews on batch invoices or contracts, helping analyze different scopes and different projects. The tools for estimating and project management aren't really great yet. Maybe they will be in the future, but right now it's mainly for reducing administrative work, helping to do kind of research, if you will, being more of a high level business thought partner. Um, and we just need to make sure that we're maintaining like a human relationship or that human touch with between people in our company and between our industry partners and also between clients. Like clients want to talk to us as people. We're their trusted advisors, and you have to limit the use of AI kind of around that to keep that touch high.
Mm. Let's say you had a perfect world where you could implement it anywhere in your business. What would be the two or three places you're like, I really would love to leverage AI here. I just don't know if I can.
Totally. I think like in the quantity surveying estimating space, like being able to have an objective, super fast way to estimate the cost of different projects. I think it exists well in the commercial space, where there's large projects with kind of clearly defined scope. What we're doing is so unique and bespoke. We're literally building livable, tangible works of art for people to live in, right? And AI and estimating just hasn't got there yet.
Mm. Interesting. Um, what is something you're particularly proud of about your business?
I'm proud of our people. I think we have an amazing group of super talented people who are hardworking, but also empathetic and collaborative. They're creative problem solvers. They deal with very, very high stress projects and people and do it effortlessly. So I'm proud of the team that we've assembled to date.
How many
That's
people you got
awesome.
on your team? I may have missed
We
that.
have we have 75 people in our team right now, spread across roughly 4 regions: NorCal, Pacific Northwest, SoCal, Southwest, the Mountain West, and then East Coast. And then we have a smattering of remote employees throughout the country as well.
Love that. What is okay? Let's imagine you're giving a TED talk on the number one business principle that you love or would teach somebody. What would be the one thing? What would be your kind of one liner that you would hang your hat on in terms of either how you do business or something you've learned over the course of time?
Yeah, I think you really need to add value to every interaction. I think that's served me really well. When you generally want to help someone, whether that's in your business or in your personal life, I think if you can help people, listen, help people, you're going to get that in big strides in return. And I think that's what really helped build Peak in the early days was I was helping architects, GCs, clients with anything and everything I could do to make the project run smoother. I didn't get paid anymore to do that. I just tried to go above and beyond in every interaction and add value. And that really helped. I think if you put out a lot of goodwill comes back to you.
I love that. Is there anything that we haven't talked about today that gets you fired up? Could be a hot take, could be, a sports thing, anything at all that we haven't talked about that gets you fired up.
Yeah. I'm originally from Michigan. The Lions have never been good, and they're finally good. So I'm stoked on the Lions. And I have three
Hey,
young
I'm a Lions
boys.
fan too.
I love it,
Let's
Chase. I love
go.
it. I love it. My boys are 5, 7, and 10, and starting to get them into it. Of course, they love Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs because they're good, but I'm trying to get them on the Lions bandwagon.
I thought last year was the year, but we'll see. Maybe it's this year.
Well,
I'm
you can
hoping
tell
so.
Jameson Williams needs to step it up for my fantasy team. I thought he was going to be great, and he's been horrible. So,
He
yeah,
can turn it
that's
around
great.
still.
Yeah, he just needs a couple long bombs a game, and he's good.
Exactly.
Well, Grant, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. Don't go anywhere. I want to keep chopping it up with you, but thanks for coming on the show.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Grant.